What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of the Next Wave podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Blake Zanny Janney, joined by my co-host, Dak D. Woody Woodall. We got a good episode for you today. Going to touch on a couple channel updates, and then we got some Halo news before we get to our Pick 10 and our Pick and Ban segments. So stay tuned for a good episode. We'll see you there. All right, so first thing on the agenda here, Dak, we've got some channel updates. Do we want to let our viewers and subscribers know what they should expect here soon?
Yes, sir. So, if you guys saw today, our BO6 gunfight video went up. We filmed that the last weekend of the beta. So if you're wondering how the hell did they get a BO6 video up at this time, that's why. It was fun. I love doing gunfight videos, so expect more of that. I feel like we always have funny moments and stuff like that, so we'll be doing more of those. Maybe a road doing 100-0.
I hope Gunfight Tournament comes back.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be lit.
Gunfight Tournaments. That was in Cold War, wasn't it?
Yeah, and MW.
With the brackets.
And they give you skins if you win. They were actually pretty decent. So, yeah, hope that comes back. Be on the lookout for more funny and competitive COD videos out of us. Same with Rocket League, going to be back on the ones grind, need to get my mechs back up, starting to play slow, so got to get back in the gym. And yeah, that's pretty much, I feel like we found our identity now. It's always been COD and Rocket League, but, you know, weekly, some COD Rocket League videos. Elden Ring is our main story game. I'll forever play that game till I die. And
need another DLC.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I haven't forgotten about my level 1 run. I need to get back in that. It's just such a daunting task, bro. You look at it and you're like, fuck, bro. Like, I'm going to go fight Godric for 2 hours and lose. so that'll be back. But yeah, just a lot of COD, Rocket League, and Elden Ring and other story games similar. So yeah, going forward, we got some good things planned. We're going to finish the year out strong.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for Black Ops 6 very much. So hopefully, what they say about Rank Play Season 1 is coming or whatever. So I'm assuming that's like late December, hopefully. Usually I feel like by
last year it was on Season 1, wasn't it?
1.5. It was like half. 1.5. It was like halfway through. So, and that was like February, maybe early February, late January, if I remember correctly. So,
damn. Hopefully
we'll get it towards either the end or beginning of next year. But yeah, we've got some Halo news to discuss. So they tweeted out that Halo is being rebranded from 343 to Halo Studios, and they'll be shifting all later games to Unreal Engine.
Yeah, so I think for the most part, the people in their leadership roles stayed the same. 343 is still 343, like structurally, like their head of the studio is still the head of the studio, so there really wasn't much of a change besides the name. I think they're just tired of all the 343 hate tweets and had to get rid of it. So yeah, so I mean, it is pretty much the same people running the show, but it seems like they have kind of heard the feedback, and obviously they're moving to Unreal Engine 5 now, which will make development a lot easier for them. They went to their own engine for Halo Infinite called the Slipspace engine, which was supposed to give them a ton of, you know, more advanced tools to help develop the game and make, you know, new features and stuff. And it just ended up being a pain in the ass the entire time. They've had nothing but problems, and it's taken away from adding content into the game because they're having to fix so much in the game, which we've seen year in and year out since this game has come out. It's not the most optimized, smooth running game in the world. So, hence why I can't play it on my PC. So, yeah, I mean, that's all good news. They're saying Unreal Engine 5 is going to be way easier for them. A lot of the problems that came with Slipspace are not going to be in Unreal Engine 5, so they'll have way more time to focus on content rather than fixing bugs and things like that.
Right.
And they've also...
Sounds like a W.
Yeah, no, that's all great news. They've also divvied up some of their teams into smaller teams, so they'll be working on some smaller side projects for Halo. Apparently, there's multiple projects that are going to be worked on, and a lot of Unreal Engine 5. They can easily copy over assets from other games, so it'll still be easier to develop side games like ODST, for example, right? Halo 3 and Halo 3 ODST were the same engine. They were super easy to copy over some of those assets into ODST and just make a full game. And it took them barely any time. So it's going to be a lot easier for them developmentally, which is good. I feel like a lot of Infinite's issues came from the fact that they were way too slow to release new content because they were probably worried about other fires that they had to put out. So
yeah,
all good news. This is definitely a W for the time being. It's up to the people in charge, whether or not they're going to fumble it. They got the ingredients. They just got to execute.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
So that's dope.
I think it's a W all around.
Definitely a W. But real quick, if you guys haven't seen it, I want to take a look at this Unreal Engine 5 sneak peek that they had for us. And I'll just kind of skip through it because this is like a 6-minute documentary style thing. So let's see. All right. Let me adjust you for a second there, brother. All right, can you see it?
Yep.
Chris Matthews, take 1. Mark. This is Casey Wu, take 1. Mark.
I was told that I can just be my authentic self, Chris.
For 6 years, I don't want to be in front of a camera.
There's so much to do and so much fun to be had when you play
Right.
So we can prepare
Check out
ourselves
some of
for
these
the next steps
scenic
of making
views
Halo
here.
games.
Wow. And let me just bump up this bad boy. Let's go 2160. Look at that.
Oh yeah. That
Look
looks
at
great.
that. Let's go back 5 seconds.
Looks
Man.
very real.
Yeah, this is going to be sick. I saw a bunch of tweets saying this is what I pictured when I played Halo 2 in 2004. This is what it felt like.
The original Halo franchise.
Yeah.
Was a graphic showcase. It was
Very
best in
true.
class. That's what.
So yeah, I mean, it looks sick. It's going to be dope. Let's see if they have the shot of Master Chief.
Master Chief.
Here's a gun.
Ooh.
I mean, look at, you can see the brushed metal on it. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. It's got to be at the end. They had to put it at the end.
Yeah. There he is.
Yep.
And right now, we're changing their recipe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. A new dawn.
See the plasma flow.
The 17th New Dawn.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think it's going to be very, very important into the development because Infinite turned out to be a massive, massive failure in the long term. It had a great launch and then just...
Yeah.
So hopefully this will make it easier to produce more content for later titles and have faster development of other titles. So
Yeah, I'm excited. And I wonder, with Unreal Engine 5 coming, with development being quicker and easier, is it time for a battle royale?
you got to think. These
You
side
gotta
projects, you got to think.
You gotta think. I mean, Halo is made for BR. It's time somebody makes it. They got all
I
the
agree.
weapons and vehicles and everything you need, power-ups, like they're ready. So it's as
I'm with you.
yeah, this definitely is a new dawn. Hopefully they can get Halo back on track.
I'm with you. We also got Halo Worlds that just took place. Still on our topic of Halo. Unfortunate series to round us out for Worlds, but our boys over at Optic make it all the way to the finals, lose to SSG, so SSG end up taking it all. But yeah, that's what, 5 second places in a row for Optic now?
6 if you count last year. If you're counting last year too.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yep. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, so pretty much everything that we expected to happen at this tournament. Everyone was in their spot that they've been in all year. We'll just start at pool play. The heavy hitters went 3-0. Shopify, FaZe, Optic, Space Station all went 3-0. Nothing really too crazy. Pure did go 1-2. I believe they lost to Into the Breach in pool play. Those two teams are kind of that, like 4-6.
Esports went 2-1.
Yeah.
Granting them a winner's bracket berth.
Yeah, I didn't know much about them. That was interesting.
I didn't either.
I saw them beat Complexity though.
Yeah, and they could have beat FaZe.
Yeah, so that was interesting. But we'll just move on to the bracket though, because this is where the money is made. Starting out, we had SSG Quadrant after losing Legend, just hasn't been the same this year.
Nope.
They were that 4th squad all last season, and this year they just have been fighting to even try to get top 8. So Quadrant was pretty easily handled. They won map 2 Slayer, but SSG came to play. FaZe 3-0 Cloud9. Cloud9's kind of the scrappy team, but we saw this happening. Shopify 3-0 Akave, saw that happening. And then Optic 3-0 Into the Breach. And just to hit on, we'll follow Optic through this bracket because I watch their matches the most.
Yep.
And that's our team. So Optic versus ITB. Map 1 was pretty close. Woodham was going crazy. I thought we were about to get keyboard cheesed out of the building. That man was going nuts map 1, but then he finally slowed down map 2. But Optic came out pretty hot. Dead Zones, I think Dead Zones had his best tournament that I've seen him have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think he definitely came to play this weekend. And
him and Lucid was 1 and Dead Zone was 4 on the KD list going into grand finals.
Yeah, that's insane. And Lucid, we know what we're going to get out of him. He was going nuts with the snipe all weekend. So, it was fun to watch them. It's kind of funny because Formal was also doing well with the sniper this weekend, and I was watching Scump's watch party, and he was like, Formal's been going on a tear with the sniper this tournament. Give it to him. And then Lucid just like repulses someone 50 feet in the air and no scopes him. And Scump goes, never mind. Keep it in Lucid's hands.
Keep it in his Lucid's hands. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was awesome. Optic start out 3-0 and we're feeling good. Moving on. So the only X factor that I thought, might throw a wrench in our predictions was FaZe showing up to this tournament and competing for grands, but they did not. It just seems like since FaZe won that London major, they just haven't had the juice to get past SSG or Optic. So SSG 3-1 FaZe. It was close-ish until last map. Yikes.
Yeah.
So, solid series, but FaZe fall to losers bracket. And then Optic 3-1 Shopify, and Shopify,
We've got to talk about the map 4. Optic was down 237 to 117, I believe, and they were able to get us set up and hold until it was like tied, and then Shopify Rebellion like grouped up and like made a play on A, and Formal had a snipe and was in A elevator, so he wasn't holding long range or anything. No scope kills a guy, and then no scope melees a guy to keep them alive and come back by over 100 points and win the map, and it was crazy. Yeah,
no, that's insane. And we've seen Optics start hot and then fall off the second half of a map. So for them to start out slow and then, finish strong, that's good. And I was feeling good about Optics' chances going into the next series against SSG. But SSG still has our number, 3-1. 3-1.
Close games.
Yeah, it's always close. I feel like I've seen Optic just lose heartbreaking live fire oddballs against SSG all year long. They'll be up 1-0 and then SSG just gets momentum and doesn't stop. And that's how this series went. It seemed like Optic would go up and then SSG would get a full wipe and never look back. And Optic just couldn't get back in the game.
We made it back to grand finals either way, but this was our series to win because there was no strongholds in this series. There was only King of the Hill, Oddball, CTF, and double Slayers.
Yeah.
So there was no strongholds in this series. That is probably our worst mode, and
unless it's
they're
on
really
recharge.
good at it.
For some reason,
really
Optic's
good
nasty at recharge.
And so, like, but like, still against SSG, I still think they're favored in that map and mode.
Yeah.
So if they win this, they don't have to worry about. Instead, if they lose 4-3 in the finals, they get bracket reset and have another chance. But they don't seize the moment and drop the losers against FaZe.
Yeah, and I feel like our Slayers against SSG, we usually get beat. And this one, Optic was down big early in the game, and I was like, crap, like they're going to lose. And then all of a sudden it was 43-43. Optic tied it back up because Dead Zone was going absolutely nuts, but then they lost steam and just got wiped at the end. So it's just crazy how SSG can ice up in clutch situations. Like even when their backs are against the wall, they'll get full wiped. It's like whenever Optic couldn't beat FaZe in COD. Like FaZe would get full wiped, you'd feel like Optic was gonna take over the map and close out, and then they somehow just get together, stay calm, and get back in the game. And you're like, dude, come on, bro, these guys don't go away.
Nope.
So
that they do not.
Yeah, so Optic fell to losers. Just to run through losers real quick, we will start in the lower bracket round 2. Pure went on a loser bracket run, and
they did.
They've had last few majors, they've had some good showings, but they 3-2 Quadrant. That could have been the end of their run there, and they ice up in Game 5, beat Quadrant, move on, and 3-0 Shopify Rebellion. Now, this was the disappointing map mode match from Rebellion. They're a team that I thought would for sure make top 4 this tournament, just because it's Worlds. Everyone's going to bring their best, and they've been top 4 all year pretty much. So, definitely disappointing ending for Shopify Rebellion's season. I feel like they were the only team that could really kind of compete with the top 3.
I agree. And that sucks to see him go down 3-0. That boy APG was on a loser's bracket, right? He's still on Pure, right?
No, he was never on Pure. He's on Native.
He was on Native. That's right.
And they got 3-0'd in pool play, man. He's been in hell all season.
I was thinking APG, a pure gangster.
Yeah. So, last shot is the young gun on that team. He's nasty, so I'm kind of excited for them next year. Hopefully they stay together.
Wonder where he gets picked up.
The core of their team stays together. Yeah, he might, honestly. Sentinels 3-0 into the Breach, and then FaZe 3-1 Sentinels. Sentinels has big names on their team, but they have not had big results this year. That's probably because Spartan. They
can beat these like top 8, top 12 teams. Sometimes in good games, or just like handily, like they did against Into the Breach and Akav. But they were no match for FaZe.
Yeah, so everything is what it should be, besides Pure 3-0ing Shopify, I guess. But everyone's kind of where they should be. And then FaZe 3-2 Pure. This was a crazy series. FaZe just had the ice at the end. I feel like Pure kind of just needs that experience of being in a Game 5 Slayer this late in a World Championship tournament, and FaZe has been there multiple times. They were just icier, and they closed out the map 50-47 to go 3-2 against Pure. And next up, they had to play Optic. Optic has been the FaZe killers as of late, and it didn't stop here. Optic 3-1, pretty close maps. Streets oddball. Optic they had too much momentum. They were just dominant and closed them out. So great run from Optic so far. Obviously they got 3-1 by SSG, but the momentum was in their favor. They just beat FaZe. They were feeling good, and it's grand finals time.
It's grand cheese time.
Grand finals. Optic comes out hot, 250 to 196. Goes into Streets Slayer. I'm like, shit, we got a Slayer map too. They win it 50-44. Optic's up 2-0. Argyle capture the flag. Typical Argyle game that goes into like 3 overtimes. It takes forever. Optic finally gets a cap. They're up 3-0. I'm thinking, holy shit, we got to sweep them and go to another series. Map 4. Optic's playing great. Recharge oddball. And we're up, 26-21?
Yeah, I think so.
And I forget, had a round been won yet? Was this round?
I don't remember either.
2? I don't know either, but
I don't remember.
Optic's up 26-21. They have a setup. They got a wipe. Things are looking good. all of a sudden, someone on SSG lags out or something, and we got a reset. Convenient. We've seen this movie before.
Yes, we have. And it hasn't happened. Nothing has happened all week.
Yeah.
Weekend,
all
nothing.
tournament, no resets. Everything's been running smooth. Just so happens the one time something goes wrong, it's in Game 4 where SSG, the favorites, are about to get swept. Coincidence?
I think not.
I think not. Now, I tried to go back to some of the other tournaments and see where their resets occurred because I've seen this before. This happened in a grand finals, or maybe it was winners finals or something, but it was Optic versus SSG. Optic had momentum, and then SSG had to reset. So it's happened before this season. I couldn't find it, but it's definitely happened before this season.
I'm pretty sure it was a winners final.
Yeah. And so the reset happens, whatever. We're still up 3-0. They flipped the score. SSG now has 26. We have 21 after the reset. Don't know how they fucked that up. I mean, it's only 5 points in oddball, but it's still like that could have made a difference.
Get it right.
Yeah, get it right. And they came back. SSG had full momentum and never looked back. And Optic just couldn't get back in rhythm.
Couldn't regain.
Yeah, it just absolutely threw everything off. So
tough.
SSG goes four straight reverse sweep in a best of 7 finals. Honestly, it was like no dope. I just like it didn't even feel right when they won.
Pissed.
Yeah, it's just weird. Look, the reset could have been legit. The reset could have been legit, and it could have happened at the most inopportune time for Optic. But that's shady to me, bro. I don't like it.
It is, yeah. Something smells fishy.
Yeah, I don't like it at all.
But
I mean, I feel like SSG has been involved in most of the resets that go on this year on main stage.
Absolutely.
So,
and 70% of those are against Optic.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. I'm not blaming that on the reason Optic lost. Obviously, once SSG catches fire, like, you got to be able to compete and regain for 4 maps, you know? But
yeah,
still. SSG, shout out to them. They did it. They dominated all season long. Legend won MVP. Yep. Obviously, that was a great addition. I think Dead Zone was a great addition to Optic, and he played hard all tournament long. You could tell he wanted to beat Space Station this tournament. I mean, he was going crazy in some of these maps that they lost. So, shout out to Dead Zone. I'm kind of unsure of what the Optic roster is going to look like going forward. So,
yeah, I mean, they did announce, you know, we're funding another same prize pool, another year of HCS. So we'll see if that is enough for, you know, Formal to stay, or is Formal going to go to another esports. He's joked around about going back to COD. A lot of people think that he could definitely go to Apex and try and compete there, which I think would be my personal pick. I would want to see him go to Apex. I think that would be dope. Just pick up 2 cracked challenger circuit players that are trying to prove themselves and just will them to securing that would be super fun to watch, and they could stream. He'll definitely stream it. That's definitely my pick on what he does next. But honestly, I think if there were betting odds, it's probably that he sticks with Halo now that they announced another year of it. Because like a lot of that stuff also came from thinking that it's dead.
Yeah.
And then they announced that they're funding another season. So.
Yeah. I mean, he definitely has options, but even if there's another season, bro, it just felt like the passion wasn't there this year.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he could just also not compete. He could just start streaming, creating content or whatever. But
I just don't think that's him. I feel like he loves the.
Well, it wouldn't
grind.
be like content, like making TikToks.
Yeah, no, just streaming.
It'd be
shit.
his gameplay. Yeah,
but I just think he's the type of dude that needs to be.
No, yeah. I hope he goes to Apex, dude. I think that'd be so fun.
Yeah, that would be sick.
That'd be so fun, dude.
Yeah. So I genuinely don't think he comes back. I don't know why. That's just the feeling that I have. Like, there's no way he comes back, and if he does, I'll be so shocked.
We'll see. He's got a lot of people interested in what he's got to do next, so he's been doing some stuff right.
Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting. I don't know how long the off season is, but you know, we'll see. Maybe they'll pick up one of the new crackheads like Last Shot. I don't know how good he actually is compared to some of the other guys. But Good season.
That was Worlds.
Lots of
That was
second places.
2024 Worlds. Well, I mean, even if Formal's not there, we'll still be watching Halo next season. I imagine.
Yeah.
Even if Formal's not there, I hope we'll still have an Optic Halo team. But let's go ahead and get into our pick 10 here today. We're going to be doing Treyarch Zombies maps. So Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4, and Cold War. I'll go ahead and say right now I have no Cold War or Black Ops 4 on my list because obvious reasons.
Yeah, same.
All right, I think battery percentage is just unfair now at this point.
Yeah, I'm at 30.
I'm odds, you're even. Hey Siri, pick a number, 1 through 10. 7.
Yep. That's
7.
you.
All right. The one that I have slotted at number 1 is not the best map of all time, but it's my personal favorite. I'll give you what I think you're going to pick, but I'm going to pick Shadows of Evil, the on-launch map from Black Ops 3. I think it has one of the coolest Easter eggs, some of the coolest voice lines, character lines. Margs were introduced in that, I'm pretty sure. And that started the Black Ops 3 storyline, which ended up being really, really dope. So Shadows of Evil. It also held, we grinded it, me and Spencer, Ryan, and Austin, we grinded it. I was the worst Zombies player ever. And have good memories on that. So that's my 1-1.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's definitely a slept-on map.
I think so as well.
Yeah, that's a map that got a lot of love years later.
I think it is by the public, but I'm pretty sure in the Zombies community, it's like top 3 for everyone.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
My first pick is Mob of the Dead.
Okay. Did not think you were going to go with that.
Okay, yeah. So Mob of the Dead.
Yeah.
Mob of the Dead is probably my favorite.
I think that's also the Zombies community's top.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, no, just the layout of the map is fun. I like that was the dogs where you had to feed the dogs and then you would get the flaming hatchet.
You had the spoon. The Easter egg was dope with the plane. You take it to the electric chairs. And
yeah. And that's how you got to the Pack-a-Punch. There was like that little island. They just drop you on like a broken bridge and there's hella zombies. Like that was dope.
That's the Afterlife too, right?
I believe so, yeah. Yeah. So, dope map. They introduced a lot. And
really good map.
I really liked the drum mag Tommy gun that you could get that was on the wall. And I would double Pack-a-Punch that or whatever. Like, it was just dope.
Yeah.
So, shout out to Mob of the Dead.
Pick. My second pick, I'm going to go Origins.
Nice.
Definitely probably one of the most loved Easter eggs of all time. Build it. You got the staffs.
Dude, getting upgraded staffs was so dope.
Elite. You had even the step where you got to wait till you're under the foot of the giant robot and shoot it and step in it.
Yep.
Go grab the item from in there. Overall, you got to ride the tank at that one point. Great map.
They introduced the big Panzer enemies that were like
Panzer
metal
Shreks.
Suited up. Yeah, those were sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that map was definitely ahead of its time.
Facts.
Keeping it on BO2, let's go Buried.
Buried, okay.
Buried. I played the crap out of that map.
That's a good one.
Yeah, you had Leroy, was that his name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the big giant dude that would just
give him candy
bust
or
open
beer.
doors. They had I forget what the weapon's called now, but it was like a gravity beam and you could jump with it.
I don't remember that.
It was like a kind of a wonder weapon, and you could look at the ground with it and jump, and you could like jump up to a second story and shit. It was pretty dope. They had the maze in the house with like the creepy witches. Yeah. That low key creeped me out back in the day.
Take all your coins.
Yeah.
All your points.
Yeah. And yeah, just a lot of memories on that map. Good map.
All right. I'm gonna go. I think this is. I want to pick these two, but they're just like for me, and they're not the best. So I'm gonna go Revelations.
Which one's that?
Black Ops
BO3?
3 Revelations. It's like a combination of all like the older maps.
Oh,
You
yeah,
start
yeah.
out on Kino, and then you open in it's Shinanuma, and then you end up going into the big like alien worm's mouth and use the wonder weapon, the blundergat looking thing.
Yeah.
Look,
Blunderbuss.
like vortex. Yeah. That map was insane. A lot of shit to do on that map. There was those like beam of light turrets like that you'd have to turn, and part of the Easter egg, but it was very elaborate Easter egg. I remember I wrote all the fucking steps down to
Yeah.
it and tried to do it. But yeah, that map just visually was stunning, so I had to pick it.
Okay. Hell yeah. I'm going to give you a map that's visually not stunning, and we're going to go Nacht der Untoten. The OG.
Okay.
The OG, bro.
World at War?
Yep, World at War. Just,
All right.
I have vivid memories of the first time beating the campaign. My friend Riley was over. I was in like 5th grade, and then the credits roll, and all of a sudden it's like Nazi zombies. I was like, what what is this? And yeah.
Yeah, that was a little Easter egg.
Yeah, that map is super small, super difficult, and it's just the OG, so I had to pick it. Great map.
Nice. I'm going to stay with you here on World at War and go Deriz.
Nice.
That's the first one I remember just like actually falling in love with zombies.
Mm-hmm.
Getting that back teleporter room, going up on the catwalk with a fucking MG42 and
Yes,
just holding
bro.
it, just trying to get to round 100. Nothing special about that map other than like you could shoot the teddy bear in the distance for the
Mhm.
Sally voice line, and you know, some other
First pack of
tinier
punch.
Easter eggs.
First pack of
Yep.
punch map.
Yeah, and so that was definitely super fun. So yeah, Deriz, that's where I fell in love.
Hell yeah. Give me Transit. Give me
Okay.
Transit.
Okay.
Transit at first, when the game first dropped and we just wanted normal zombies, I was like, what the hell is this? This map sucks. As we learned more and played more, that map is so unique and so fun, and leaving your friends behind on the bus is
So funny,
hilarious. And like being trapped in one section of the map waiting on the bus was like so crazy and suspenseful and like intense. And the way you had to like get the little fan, you had to like build an electric fan and then put it by the door so you could open the
On the
pack a punch
mannequin.
room.
Yeah.
Like there was just so much to that map.
There was a lot.
and
There
it was
depth.
sick. Yeah, definitely had
And
depth.
and when you go back to it, you can choose just to play in a little subset area.
Mhm.
Me and my buddy would always load into the little
Town.
lava town.
Yeah.
And just run train on that, get so as high as around as possible. So
Yeah, Transit was definitely unique, and I wonder like if they tried to make it again, would it be as fun? Probably not. I don't know. But I got fond memories of it.
this is a tough last pick for me, but nostalgia wins. I'm gonna go Moon as my final one. Moon was so fun. You
Moon
do
was fun.
the Easter egg was crazy. Simon Says the last step, and you watch you blow up the fucking earth.
Yeah.
It was fucking ridiculous, and that shit was insane as a kid. Not to mention Black Ops 1 guns are elite.
Yeah.
They were super fun to use. They had the weapon where you pull it apart into two, almost like they were kind of ray gun-y,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they weren't ray guns. They were fun to use. And obviously the zero grav areas where you're jumping higher than normal. So yeah, that's my last pick.
Okay. I liked the launch area, like whenever you first spawn in on Moon.
Yeah, Area
that
51.
shit gets crazy, bro. Like at
Yeah,
the
you
very
start at
first
Area
time I loaded
51.
up was crazy.
There, I remember watching YouTube videos where it's like getting to round 50 only at Area 51,
Yeah.
or only off spawn, and that shit was wild.
Yeah, that map was fun. All right, my last pick then. Give me Dead Ops Arcade, baby.
Wow.
Dead Ops
okay.
Arcade.
Silverback.
Black Ops 1. Black Ops 1.
Yep.
Dead Ops Arcade. You had to go put in the code on the little computer behind you.
Yep.
What was it? What was the code?
It was
3 arc unlock.
unlock.
Or
yeah, or
DOA.
and then one
DOA.
other. Yeah.
Yeah.
DOA, yeah, Dead on Arrival.
Yeah. So, Dead Ops Arcade.
That was fun. Oh, yeah, that's probably what it means. Yeah.
Yeah, so that map was sick. It's sky view. It was arcadey. There was a bunch of power-ups, and I got close to the end, but I never beat it. But we made a crazy run one night where we were almost to like the final boss, Silverback Gorilla space suit dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fun game. I miss getting like the minigun power-ups and the power-up where you could have 2 guns, so like you get double miniguns and you're just shredding everything. Yeah, great game.
That was different. I liked that.
Yeah.
So my list was Shadows of Evil, Origins, Revelations. Wait, Shadows of Evil, Origins, Deriz, Revelations, and Moon.
And my list was Mob of the Dead, Buried, Nacht der Untoten, Transit, and Dead Ops Arcade.
Ooh, saucy. Comment and let us know who you think won. Some honorable mentions that I had. A personal favorite of mine was Call of the Dead from Black Ops 1, which was the George.
Yeah.
And you're playing as Machete and other actors.
Yeah, that was fun.
I thought that one was really fun. There wasn't a lot of depth to it though. It was pretty simple, other than the scavenger where you could use it, power it up, turn zombies into humans.
Yeah.
I also had Dreisendrach from Black Ops 3 with the bows instead of the staffs, and you had to feed the dragons. That Easter egg is really cool. The cutscene's insane, where Dempsey's in that chamber that whole time, and you have to kill him because he's the duplicate or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I had Kino, which is the starting Black Ops 1.
Yep. I also had Kino on there. I had Shino Numa.
Yeah.
From World at War. That was just an early nostalgia map for me. And then Ascension from Black Ops 1. Ascension was fun.
Good.
Yeah, the landers where you could like get on the little thing and it would take you to a new area.
PhD Flopper introduced on that map.
The monkeys that steal your perks instead of dogs. They had the little monkeys that come and steal your perks. Dude, yeah, that's
with the little helmets on. Oh my god.
And they had like the Russian nest egg doll grenade that you could throw. And, and it would just like pop out another
I forgot
one.
about that.
Yeah, so that map had some fun stuff, and I played it a lot. So shout out Ascension.
Oh yeah, good pick and ban. Good pick and ban. Let us know who you guys think won in the comments. Go ahead and wrap up episode 41 here with our coin segment, Pick and Ban, where me and Dak pick or ban something from our recent lives in the recent climate, environment, whatever you want to say. My pick is I just upgraded my PC. So leveled up to a 3090, like an i9 something. I don't even know. Bought it from a buddy. He hooked it up with a 360 hertz monitor too. So I leveled up big time, getting like 250 plus frames on COD, 400 to 500 on Val, and just it's awesome.
Yeah, that's actually insane. That's nuts.
Hopefully, I need to test out like if I can make my stream any better. My stream always like looks fine, but I wonder if it can look even better.
Yeah, now probably.
Yeah.
And then, did you say how much you were getting download wise?
Oh yeah, I don't know what it is about. There might be some sort of port or something about the motherboard that actually gets the download speeds that I pay for. And like even with like gig fiber, before my old PC, I would get good download speeds, like 80 on Steam or something like that, and I would get like 100 MBS on Battle.net. But I was downloading my games yesterday and the day before, and I was getting 800 to 900 download per Mbps.
That is insane.
On Steam and stuff, and I was like, holy shit. I downloaded Elden Ring, which is a 65 gig game, in 12 minutes.
That is insane, bro. Were you just watching
awesome.
the gigabytes just tick up?
I was like, this isn't real. And then the percentage started jumping with it. I was like, what the fuck? It was ridiculous.
Yeah, that's nuts.
What's your pick?
My pick is CS2's Armory Pass.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Counter-Strike 2 just came out with their Battle Pass, basically. It's called an Armory Pass. And for $15, you can get up to 40 credits. And these credits can be spent on a random item from a crate/collection. You can get a crate itself and then pay for a key to open it, which is kind of stupid.
Yeah, I agree.
And then for 25 out of the 40 credits, you can get a sick, like, deagle that is kind of like case hardened. I forget what they called it. It might be called something else,
I
but
don't remember.
basically it has like gold metal-ish tint to it, and then there's some blue on it, and you have a chance at getting like a pattern that's basically blue gem, where your whole deagle is like shiny blue metal, which would be sick. And there's also a fade M4A1 in one of the collections where you can get a random weapon from. So there's multiple things that you can spend your credits on, and it's kind of like a choose your own adventure battle pass, and I really like it. I like what they did.
Yeah,
it's
I think
pretty
cool
sick
too.
So yeah, that's got me playing CS again, trying to get a fade M4.
My ban is political text. I may have used this like a few episodes back, but I get, for some reason, my number is still attached to this old person's number. A few years ago, I used to get random calls about her name is Roseanne, and I found out through these, I get probably 40 political texts, like automated texts a day.
Oh my
and
God.
It's absurd. And she's clearly Democrat, the lady that was, or at least when she had my number, she was voting Democrat, because I just get so much Kamala Harris, Tim Walz,
Oh my God.
fuck Trump texts,
That's
at least
crazy.
30 to 40 a day. Like, it's insane. Like, I get them like every few minutes.
That is
Like,
insane.
I've probably gotten five to 10 on
Yeah.
this podcast.
No, yeah, that's nuts. I was thinking, maybe you get 5 a day here
No.
and there, but 40,
Five
that is like
during the podcast.
harassment, bro. That's like change
it's-
your number.
I have
Bad.
insane muscle memory of deleting them. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how many I've gotten today because I'm so used to it, and I've looked up ways to do it, and it's mostly like the do not call list, which I'm on.
Mm-hmm.
But text, there's like nothing for it,
That's insane. Wow.
and I report junk, block, but it's just a different number, random numbers
Yeah.
every time.
Wow. Well, this isn't my band, but I get like 5 calls a day from roofing companies. They're probably scammers, but they're
Interesting.
like, hello, is this so-and-so? And I'm like, no. And they're like, do you own a roof? I'm like, no.
You own a roof?
Just like, I don't have a roof. Stop calling. One dude caught an attitude with me one time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He was like,
Oh.
I knew it was a roof person, and I was just on that type of energy to answer it and give him a hard time today. So I was like, yo, let me guess, you calling about a roof? And the guy was like, yeah. And I don't know, I was just being a dick to him, and he was like, fuck you, bro. Like, he just like got serious for a second. I was like, oh, now you want to talk, huh?
No.
It was fucking funny. So yeah, fuck
That's
the roofing people. They suck. Quit calling me. I don't own a house.
Yeah, dude, I'm tired of this shit, but hopefully after the election it's fucking done.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyways, thank you guys so much
wait,
for
I got
joining
a
us.
ban.
What? You just did. Oh, wait, no, that wasn't your ban you said. Sorry.
That's all right. That can be my ban. I was just gonna.
No, go. What'd you have
I was
written
just gonna ban Hurricane Milton.
Oh, yeah, that thing's fucking massive.
I'm just fascinated by hurricanes because they don't happen here,
No.
and we get tornadoes, but the way they describe some of these hurricanes, bro, it's like
It's insane.
it's like 200 tornadoes. So
Yeah.
just stay safe out there if you're on the East
Yup.
Coast. Florida may not exist after Wednesday. I don't know.
Seriously.
Yeah, so get out of
Let's
there,
hope.
bro. Get out of there. I've told Blake I'm following 3 people on TikTok that claim they're gonna stay in the mandatory evac zone. They're staying in their house. One dude's in a high-rise apartment. He's like, the water ain't gonna get up here. I'm fine. I got Lieutenant Dan, who literally has one leg and lives on a boat, and he's like, when the water rises, the boat rises too. I'm gonna be fine. So I'm keeping
rising
tabs
tide
on
lifts
some
all
of these
ships,
people.
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. Some of these people are crazy, true Florida men, and I just hope everyone stays safe out there because it's scary. It's getting huge.
Facts. Stay safe out there on the East Coast. Thank you guys so much for joining us for episode 41. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Help the channel grow, and we'll see you guys in episode 42. Deuces.